Welcome everyone to the training video. My goal is to get you believing in your business again and to get you seeing momentum. So if you're stuck or if you just don't think that it's going to work for you, give this a try. Okay, it's for free. Go and download the free workbook that's going to get you organized and on track and give you a path. And especially during these holidays coming up and when it gets really busy, you're going to want this. So this video is not going to be perfect. It's not perfectly edited, but it is giving you the stuff in a small amount of time that's going to make a difference. So I'm just getting that out there, okay? Not everything has to be perfect. And I think that we put so much pressure on ourselves to have to be up to this level when you don't need that. So we're going to break this down into really simple steps. And in the workbook, you're going to see a section for goals. There's going to be two types of goals that you're going to set for this next time frame up until the end of the year. One is a decision goal. I want you to decide. I don't mean that you're going to spend 10 hours a day doing work, but you're going to decide to do those things that you need to get done to get your business to go. Okay? Decide. Even when things get tough, and I have a place in there, there's motivational quotes. Pick one that suits you and keep going. 2, action goals. So it's hard for you to keep going if you don't know where your end place is. And a lot of times we set these goals, but I want to have 6 clients by the end of next week. But we don't set the action goals to get us there. So we're not going to do that. We're going to set action goals. If you do not have your offer laid out, planned out, a way for people to get to you to be able to get it, if you don't have that part set out, I need you to stop and I need you to either book a call with me and we can lay it all out together, or you need to get these 3 things in place because you need to have an offer to make sales. So you need to have a really clear idea of your ideal client's pain points. This is a part of the booklet as well, so it is still in there. You need to know their pain points. Your offer needs to hit those pain points or solve a problem or be something that they want, and you need to be able to clearly articulate those pain points. Okay? 3, you need to have what I call your onboarding system set up. So you need your ideal clients to be able to go to a spot to connect with you. You need to have your delivery model set. So when they say, yes, I want this, I need this, what happens next? They can be very simple. For the most part, it can be free. You don't need big, fancy, elaborate tools to help you, but you do need to have that set up. And you need to have a way to get paid. And there are free, simple ways to do that too. A lot of people don't do this or talk about this. They think they need to have these big payment things set up. You can set up a PayPal account or a Stripe account and just send an invoice. It's easy. It doesn't have to be complicated, but you do need to have that set up. You've made the decision. You know what your goals are, your action goals. You've got your offer. Now it's time to promote it and to get you organized so that you're not going to lose your mind because things get busy. Life gets busy. I'm a teacher. I teach full time. I've got family stuff going on. I've got all those things as well. I just lost my cat last week. That, life happens, right? But you still have to keep going. So I'm going to show you how to do this. And it's all about organization. And don't stop there. Just follow along. Okay, so you've got your offer. I want you to have a nice little cohesive set of ideas that you are going to rotate through in your content. A lot of times they're called pillars or content buckets. What they really are just overriding themes or categories. You're going to have 4 to 6 different categories. I have examples for you if you want those. That's in the booklet as well. And I should say this too, I do have a 37 offer that goes way into detail on all of these things that I'm going to be talking about. If you want that, you certainly don't have to have it, but that is there for you. So for example, with these content pillars, I go niche specific. We go into exactly what you need to do. All of that is set up. So don't feel lost. If you're going, this is way over my head, it's okay. There is something for you out there to help guide you through this. So you've got your 4 to 6 content categories or pillars. Underneath each of those, I want you to put 7 to 10 different ideas. So if one of your pillars is teaching or giving how-to tips, then underneath of those, you might think of the different areas that you could teach upon. Next part is something that people don't talk about a lot online, but it is so, so important. And that is the use of different formats. So a format is a way that your content is presented, or a style. So it could be a talking head video. It could be interviewing somebody. It could be fast-paced action, those types of things. Again, show and tell, simplify, a myth buster. The trends are in there too. If you are not playing around with different formats, there's two things. One, your audience is going to get bored. Your content is going to become predictable. Two, you're not going to see a possible style or format that your audience really, really connects with. Because maybe right now your watch time, and we're going to talk about analytics in a minute, maybe it is low, but maybe it would be a lot higher if you did a behind the scenes format. So the best way to do this is to test them out. I know I was so guilty in the beginning. I always would do lists. It was top 3 ways to, or 5 ways you can. And all I did was lists. And I wasn't connecting. I wasn't letting people in. I was sharing good information, but they weren't believing in me. They didn't know my personality or what I did. And I was missing out on all of that. It was my go-to happy place, if you will. It was the easiest thing that you could do. It was for me, it was what I was confident with. So what I want you to do is take a look at the list that is in the free booklet and try different things. Again, and I do have to say this, if you want an in-depth example laying out exactly what each format can do for you, that is all part of the $37 program. I hate to keep pitching that, but I don't want you to be lost or feel like I don't have a clue what to do. So know that that is there. The next thing that people are not talking about, but it was the thing that made the sales start to come into my business more consistently, and that was using my analytics or checking my data. Most people go with the views. How many views did each one get? And they use that as their metric for what to do next. That's not the one to look at. You need to look at watch time. So yes, views in one way, in a very beginning way, is important. It gets the algorithm you'll see which ones the algorithm likes to push out. But what you really want is to do more of what keeps the attention of your audience. That is the metric that you want to look at in the beginning stages. There's a lot of other stuff too. Yes, there is. But in the beginning, you want watch time or average duration that people watched. How do you do this? I use ChatGPT. I take screenshots and I use the prompts that I've curated and I ask ChatGPT to teach me. Again, this is all in that course. If you want those prompts, that's all in there. And it gives you a little more guidance on how to use it. But just do that. Those are going to be the posts that you are going to double down on. And it makes such a difference. Once I started actually throwing in a few of the formats that were working really well, that is when I got a ton of DMs. That's what made the difference. If you're following along in the workbook, you're going to see that I have you go back and look at your last 9 posts. And I have you filling in some of the analytics. The next part of the organization is batching. Don't go away. Hear me out. Batching has saved my sanity, my energy. It's allowed me time to actually go in and do other stuff that helps skyrocket my business. Batching to me does not mean spending 10 hours on a weekend and doing up all my posts and having them all scheduled and all ready to go. That's not what I do. I lay out my week. I take a calendar, and this is included in the workbook as well. It lays out your week, and all you're going to do is say, okay, on Monday, I'm going to post 2 reels and 2 stories. And I'm going to do that Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, maybe I'll take one of the reels and I'll do a carousel. It is just planning things out. Once you have your overall plan for what you're going to do, You can then go in, you can look at your pillars, you can look at your format, and you just basically schedule in, okay, this is what this topic is going to be, and I'm going to use this format. And then you will have an overview of how many B-roll clips you need to take. If you're doing talking head, what it is that you're going to talk about. If you need stories and you need clips to be able to put up for that, like specific clips, you'll know what to do. Then you can take an hour or two and you can go and video those things. You can have your images and everything ready to go. Then you'll go and you'll do the text. You'll know exactly what it is that you are going to be uploading. You know what ones need long captions, short captions, and you have them in a spot that you can easily grab them. What I usually do, I've done a bunch of different things, but what I usually do is I go in every couple of days or even the morning of, and I pull them together so that they're ready to go on the time that I'm going to be putting them out. So if I know, like today, I've got one going out at 12 o'clock, I've got one at 3:30, and I've got one at 6:45, something like that. I have them in my phone so that I know I can just grab, put together, and put out. It's batching to me is just having that overall plan. And it is so important because life happens, right? Like life happens and you've got a plan to put something out at 6:45, but maybe you can't. Like maybe your half-hour time frame has got cut down and you've got 5 minutes. Well, I know what I'm going to do. I don't have to sit there and go, okay, I got to put out content. What is it going to be? What am I going to do? No, I did that before. Or now I've got this panic mode happening. No, you've got everything ready to go. So it helps you be consistent. It has allowed me to be able to post more because I've got more time. And the last thing is that it has allowed me to go in and have the time to engage, because that's the next part of it. Engaging along with putting out your content in different formats is that winning combination in those beginning stages of your business that's going to bring in clients. You need to be engaging with people. You've got your offer set up and ready to go. You've got your pillars aligned with that offer and your ideal clients' needs, pain points, and you've got your ideas listed. You're going to try different formats, and then you're going to use your analytics to see what formats really resonate with your audience, what keeps them watching. You're going to take your calendar, you're going to map out the week, what content you're going to put out. You're just quickly going to put in what your format is that you're going to try, where from your pillars, where from your categories and ideas, like what you're going to be doing. So you're not repeating exactly the same thing in every video throughout the whole week. And then you're going to batch. Because you've got that list, you could take an hour or two and you're going to batch create all of your images and your videos, and you're going to go in and you're going to create your captions and have a really good, clear idea of when you're going to sit down and put these together, what it's going to look like. You're going to have that done. The last piece is you're going to take your daily schedule and you're going to map it out on a calendar. So you're going to know what time of day you're going to be engaging, because engaging is huge. And if you get that $37 offer, once you have all of the organization things done, I actually have a 14-day challenge within this challenge that will guide you every day of what you need to be doing to get yourself really pushed out there. So you can check into that too. But you're going to lay out your day. You're going to say, okay, this time I'm going to take the 15 or 20 minutes and I'm going to piece things together and I'm going to put it out. Or if you're trying a different format, maybe you want to be able to take an hour to be able to learn how to do that. That's above and beyond what your normal content is. You can do that. Just have everything laid out. We complicate things so much more than what we need to. And I don't know if it's because we see all of these other successful people out there who have apps and teams and they're doing all of the things. They've got the email list. They're on every single platform. They've got this tool, that tool. When you're beginning and you don't have a team and you don't have the funds to be able to do all of that, and you're busy, maybe you work for full time or you've got 3 kids running around the house. We need to make it doable. And you can make some serious money, but just getting yourself organized. It does not need to be a big, flashy thing. So this is what I need you to do next. You need to go and you need to download that workbook that I have in there. Okay. You need to be looking for emails from me over the next several weeks, because every day I'm going to be putting in a piece that's going to help you with organization, with belief. And this is all part of the challenge. I want you to commit to making this last little bit explosive for you in terms of growth.